and producers to change their experience of working in Hollywood into a more positive one.
Mm.
So I lead seminars and do one-on-one coaching currently, and I would say my gift is around empowerment and holding people to their greatest self and seeing what is possible for them and helping them get there.
Can you give some examples of like what type of processes or experiences or practices that you take people through in order to empower them as you do?
I would say it's more of a hodgepodge of things. I don't have an NLP certification or anything like that. There is elements of visualization that we might do. Communication is a huge part of it in terms of listening. I definitely help people become the best listeners that they can be, to have a clear mind and be fully present such that they can really connect with others and deliver the maximum value. A lot of pieces around mindset and choosing a context that's going to empower you. Those are some of the things that come up a lot.
It's beautiful. And you said the seminars are happening how often, or when do they occur?
Currently I'm hosting them about once every 6 weeks in LA. Yeah, then I have other speaking engagements. Those are ones that I'm putting on. And then I have other speaking engagements as they come up. And they are serving writers, directors, and producers right now.
I'm curious, what inspired you to target your gifts towards that demographic?
Well, ever since I was 7, I wanted to be a screenwriter and filmmaker. And being part of Hollywood was always where I knew I belonged as a kid. And that led me to go to USC Film School. And I worked in Hollywood for 8 years, starting with internships when I was 19. And it was a key part of me, and just as I was doing my own work on myself around expanding my business and my sense of purpose and aligning my passions with it, and then having my own mentors too, whom I'll always be very grateful for, we identified that there was this real missing in terms of this foundational calling that I'd had to be part of Hollywood and a part of film and television. And so right now, this is what it looks like, to take what I've been doing as a coach across the past 4 years to this community I've always felt very called towards. Honey, would you get my phone for me? Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Nice. So the next question would be, how do you believe you can contribute to the EVOroom experience?
There's several ways. One, I would say that I bring a good balance of, I would say a great balance of the visionary and the practical. So I know that in the personal growth space, there are a lot of people who see in terms of visionary and have such big ideas for transformation and so forth, but then it's not really tied to the ground and really rooted. And having grown a successful business across the last 4 years and knowing about budget projections and how to have effective enrollment conversations, and this is what I do for people, is help them fill their pipeline with clients. I believe that's a really valuable skill set. And one is a way of being, and being able to bring both the visionary and the practical, and then also just being able to listen for and guide people along the journey, because I imagine everyone who comes to the EVOroom wants to have some kind of real world results, results that people can actually see and get on board for.
Yeah.
I believe I can contribute in that way.
Nice. Beautiful. I love it, John. I know, I've always known you to make an impact in the world, and a positive one at that. So it's important, of course, for those within the EVOroom to be surrounded by those that want to make an impact. And so those are so that we direct, our offering and what we share in the world. That's who we direct it to. So at this point, I want to share with you real quick, because I know we got like less than 4 minutes to go, what's happening now, where we're going, and then how, or if you're interested in coming along for the ride, if you will.
Yeah, sounds great.
So what we've embarked upon as far as a mission in the EVOroom is to create what we're loosely calling right now the EVO Elite. And this is an elite force for good. So just as you have the Army Rangers and the Navy SEALs, which are elite forces for war that are designed to go and do covert operations to create peace, but through force and action, we're creating that same type of group, 8 to 10 individuals that we're sending on covert missions around the world, secret missions, to proliferate goodness, to proliferate love, to proliferate joy and consciousness and awakening all throughout the planet without the use of violence. So in order to create this elite force for good, or what we're calling the elite, or EVO Elite, we are hosting a 7 to 10 day experience at the end of this year at a secret location, and we're going to invite some of the most prominent, successful, influential people from around the world to facilitate the EVOroom experiences, to train 100 people that we'll invite to that experience. So these 100 people would be change makers, change artists, or whatever you want to call them. They're people that are making a positive impact in the world today, and our job is to enhance their impact. So the facilitators are going to be these iconic individuals such as like Richard Branson, who would facilitate an EVOroom experience in leadership, LeBron James, who would facilitate an EVOroom experience in physical well-being, Beyonce, who would facilitate an EVOroom experience in song and dance, to enhance self-expression. So those are the caliber of individuals amongst other facilitators that may not be as well known. And the whole goal, of course, is to enhance the impact that these 100 people that we invite, enhance the impact that they're already making in the world. So to get to those people, we've been doing these threshold experiences and once a month, where we're inviting people to come and to experience what we offer to the world. And then out of that, we're keeping track of their performance. And then at the end of the year, we're going to invite 100 of them to this secret location to have this 7 to 10 day experience. And what's coming up next is at the end of this month, on June 27, 28, 29, we've created the Elevation Experience. So there's a beautiful luxury estate sitting on San Vicente Lake, where we're taking 18 individuals through an experience, and the core focus is leadership and empowering people to become better leaders and to empower others to become better leaders as well. So the Elevation Weekend, June 27, 28, 29, it's 4:29 right now, so I'm going to just wrap it up at this point. I'm inviting people to go through this experience so that it can help us find out who those 100 people are that we're going to invite at the end of this year. So we're in, and this is a purpose again for this interview, is to find out, first, of course, if you're interested in being a part of that group, and then if you are, the next step is to have another interview with you, where we then talk details about what the experience is like and whether it's something that would connect with you, and then we go from there.
Yeah, I would say generally yes, and now I'm aware of the time. So how do you want to wrap this up right now, Jay?
I think I need to get back to you, set up a meeting so that we could have this second call, because I think we should do that, and where I could share with you a little bit more about what the EVOroom is and how it pertains to you and benefit you. I think that'd be the best next step.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. So sorry to cut it short, but
oh, no worries, man. I think
all right, so I'll look for that for you. Thanks, Chaz. Thanks, Jay.